So there's this whole notion out there that carbohydrates make you fat, and you got to limit them and eat more fat and more protein to get lean, fit and strong. I'm thinking, hang on. So society's out there eating shitloads of fat in forms of oil, animal products, meats, dairies, eggs, cheeses, yogurts, all these high-fat foods. And they're getting all paranoid about carbohydrates. Someone serves them up a bowl of rice or a bowl of fruit, and they're like, well, my naturopath, homeopath, psychopath doctor said I shouldn't eat that many carbohydrates because it might give me diabetes. So I better have more fat and protein. And they get diabetes anyway, or they get fat, or they get chronic fatigue, or they have the heart disease anyway. And then when that happens, they go, oh, it must just be genetics. It's nothing what I'm eating, because I'm eating the right foods according to the blood type book, the letterbox hype, all these shoe type, primal blueprint, fad book diets, saying, don't eat too much carbohydrates. Mark Sisson says to avoid insidious obesity, limit your carbohydrates to 150 grams of carbs per day. That's about 400 calories for a grown adult. And I'm thinking, holy shit, man. If you want to get chronic fatigue, lower your carbs down 150 grams a day, man. Because that's like putting air out of your tires in your bicycle or your car. It's like putting a quarter of your fuel tank in your car, expecting your car to go all the way each week and go, oh, when it breaks down, it must be like my chakras, my Ayurvedic cycle's out of balance and I've got too much wind in my system, like David Wolfe says, the spiritual woo-woo bullshit master Walmart plastic shaman says, there's too much wind in the system, you know. All these people take the low responsibility angle of never giving too much objective guidelines. They might say, do this, do that. You know, when it doesn't work, they just sell you all these products and potions and powders and supplements and magic mushrooms and ayahuasca ceremonies and all these things again and again and again. They sell products versus information typically. And the ones who do sell information like Mark Sisson, you're guaranteed to fail. Why? Because it's a starvation diet. It's a starvation diet. 150 grams of carbs a day is going to leave you so freaking hungry. You know what I mean? You're going to be starving. You're going to be constantly craving sweet things. So what you do to adjust the cravings is you have one of these sweet, stevia-sweetened protein powders or whatever, like McCall, all these guys, fad diet pushers, sell all these things to try and distract your hunger. You know what I mean? You can't distract your hunger. You can't distract yourself from breathing oxygen. You can't distract yourself from going to the toilet. When you need to go to the toilet, you need to go. When you need to sleep, you need to sleep. When you need to eat, you need to eat. When you need to breathe, you need to breathe. So do it. The thing is eating the right foods. What are the right foods? Plant foods, high carb, low fat. Fruit's going to be your best friend. So this whole notion that carbs make you fat. Where's the fat? You know what I mean? All these people saying all these things, fruit will make you fat, carbs make you fat. It's like absolute rubbish, man. Absolute rubbish. I don't train like a madman. I train less volume and intensity than all the guys I run and ride with who are at my level. So something's going on. Maybe it's the sleep, maybe it's the diet, maybe it's the hydration strategy, maybe. You know what I mean? So when you get people who wear ponchos or who only put up one shot for the next 5 years of an ab shot or whatever, and they don't put up regular stuff, something's going on there. Something's missing. Something's missing. So ask them questions. Ask them objective questions. Does that make sense? Don't be afraid to ask your guru questions. Don't be afraid to ask me questions. Ask them. If you can't ask your guru a question and they won't reply to you, chances are they've got something to hide or they're confused or whatever. And I don't mean to say I hate people. I don't hate anyone personally. You know, even though David Wolfe and Victoria Skowinska says, sue me, blah, 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 I wouldn't do that to anyone else. I don't hate anyone. I'm always there to give a hand. I call people out. So call people out doesn't mean you hate them. What you're doing is you're saying, hey, that behavior, it's not accepted. I'm not going to accept that behavior. Here's a solution. It's one thing to give people crap and not give them any solution. Just say, oh, you're a loser, whatever. Anyone can do that. It doesn't take any knowledge or courage or, you know, substance to do that. But to call someone out and say, hey, that's not right, man. This is right, you can do this. This makes sense. Does that make sense? And explain it to them. When you point the finger, you've got to offer a hand up as well. You can't just point the finger. You've got to give someone a helping hand up. So carbohydrates make you fat. It's like, what you do is you put people on a low-carb diet. They're so freaking hungry, they're eating heaps of fat and heaps of protein. They're going to be dependent on stimulants like cacao or ayahuasca or Red Bull or coffee or green tea, all these stimulants to keep them going because the body's in such shock from not having enough glycogen every day. That's right, glycogen, look it up. Glycogen is the medical word for stored glucose in the muscle, blood, and liver. So when your glycogen is low, doesn't matter how fit or strong you are or how balanced you are in your chakras or whatever, your life quality is going down. So that's what a lot of people don't even understand. The people like David Wolfe, when you ask them, what does 80-10-10 mean? Can you define that? Can you give us a summary of that? They're like, oh, it's 80% of your calories from fruit, or like, you know, like 10% of this, 10% of that. They don't really know. And they're not dumb people. They're academics. They should know, but they don't want to know. When your income depends on you not knowing something, it's hard to educate someone to know something. You know what I mean? Most people don't do 811 or, you know, high carb, low fat vegan because they haven't read enough about it. They haven't educated themselves enough about it. All they're doing is they're watching their television for their nutrition and health advice. They're going, the TV said, like, I gotta eat meat and protein, and too many carbs will make you fat. Is that right? You know, yeah. And there's people like David Wolfe and Mark Sisson. They're sort of, I don't know what their deal is, man. They're so dumbed down. They're so uneducated, even though they're academic. But when it comes to life quality for real health and nutrition and exercise and drug-free performance, these guys, they didn't drop the ball. They never had the ball to start with. You know what I mean? So I don't mean to be bad or nasty. I'm just saying exactly how I feel. Because there's a lot of people out there who won't name names, or they're like, oh, I'm too professional for that. It's like, fuck that. Name names. Say what you mean. I'm not going to be a backstabber and just whisper behind people's back. I'm going to say it to their face. You know what I mean? When I see people, I say, hey, you know, who I am on YouTube or is who I am in real life. That's exactly it. I'm not an evil person. I'm not going to hit anyone. I'm not going to stab anyone. I'm not going to do any violence to anybody. But I'm going to tell you what I think because I want to help people. And to help people, you got to say, hey, what do you think about that? You know what I mean? What do you think about this? I was out riding this morning. One of the guys who was riding with us, he's a new cyclist, had his seat right down low. Like, and I was just going, man, like, dude, your seat's too low. But no one else said anything. I'm thinking, you know, like, why doesn't someone say something with this guy about his seat? You know, maybe people didn't even see it, or they didn't care, or didn't have enough energy to say it, or they felt if I say something, I might be offending someone. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care if I offend people. I want people to have empowering information. I'm not afraid to say it. You know, it's taken me a while to get to this level. But if you say something in an honest way, an objective way, in a fun way, a caring way, you know, people's egos might get bruised, or someone like Dave Wolfe might try and sue you, but I don't really care. You know what I mean? I don't care about these guys trying to sue me. It's like, my purpose is to help people. I don't care if I help a bird and it tries to peck me, or you help a sick dog and it tries to bite you. That's how it is. Sick people do sick things. Don't let that stop you from helping people. Like when I was in Thailand once, there was a scorpion walking across the road, and I thought, this scorpion's going to get run over. I don't want to see that. So I picked the scorpion up by the stinger, picked it up, carried it across the road, put it into the bushes. Now, I don't recommend doing that at home, but I'm pretty experienced with scorpions and snakes and spiders. So if in chance that scorpion stung me, I wouldn't take it personally, because I'm putting myself out there to help it. I'm putting myself out there to help people. So when people trying to sue me or whatever, I don't take it personally. Because if you want to get something done in life, if you want to make your life count, don't take things personally. If people are going to stab you, they're going to try and sue you, they're going to spit on you, they're going to hate you, they're going to scream at you, they're going to backstab you, they're going to rip you off, whatever. Don't take it personally. Keep on helping. If that's your nature, to be loving, caring, helpful, empowering for people, keep doing that. Don't let other people's emotional bullshit distract you from doing that. Keep living your purpose. Keep speaking up. Keep being the change you want to see. Keep saying what you mean, meaning what you say. And those that mind do not matter, and those that matter do not mind. Easy. Does that make sense? Carbs don't make you fat. Fat makes you fat. The fat you eat's the fat you wear. The carbs you eat becomes the glycogen you get to live with, dance with, have fun with, have sex with, look after your kids with, live your life purpose with, contribute to society with. That's what carbs become. Understood? Fruit's going to be the best, but if you can't get enough fruit, get enough carbs anyway. Don't fucking starve yourself all the way back to the high fat, greasy, nasty stuff. Get your carbs in whatever you can, and then do your best to get your fruits. People might say, what fruit? What fruit? That fruits makes you fat. Again, rewind this video, listen to it again, check out our website, 30bananasaday.com. Educate yourself, get educated, or get medicated. Thanks for watching.